Well, both sides affected by suspension, both managers with injury issues to deal with. Xabi Alonso has made it, so Rafa Benitez's only concern was how to cover for Luis Garcia, who struck what turned out to be the decider in the semi-final. In comes Djibril Cissé, who scored the 2 goals that beat West Ham at Upton Park last month. Carl Fletcher's goal against Spurs last Sunday ensured he would be the replacement for the banned Hayden Mullins. He's alongside Matthew Edrington, who has been past fit after ankle trouble. So too Dean Ashton after a hamstring strain. Steve Allen, the physio, has obviously done a fine job. The other puzzle for Alan Pardew, where to play Anton Ferdinand. He's opted for the player's preferred position in the centre of the defence, which means the right-back spot goes to Lionel Scaloni on what could well be his last game for the club. Liverpool have won the 2 Premiership meetings. The 125th FA Cup final is underway.
Well, the one thing I wonder after the semi-final, how will they cope with the nerves? Because you can bet your life there'll be a lot of nerves out there, in white shirts in particular. Well, not even a minute in, and Konchesky's in trouble. He's never getting there. Gerrard's too quick for him.
Just a word on the pitch, Andy. The players said they felt it was very hard. And it hasn't been watered, I must say. The roof was closed until about 11 o'clock in case there were some heavy showers. They're always concerned here in Cardiff, because the pitch is not a permanent fixture, how the elements might damage it.
This might be a key area, you know, set plays.
Steven Gerrard takes Peter Crouch and Sami Hyypiä. Well, Wembley's twin towers have gone. Liverpool have got twin towers here, haven't they? And the 2 big players for Rafa Benitez. Big in size. We'll see whether it's big in performance. I'm told that this is the 2nd surface that's been laid already this year, and of course it's not a club ground. It's perhaps the one area that lets this venue down. Everything else is absolutely 100% about it. And of course it's a very important area, the playing surface for an FA Cup final. It's about when the ball's in the air, as Crouch likes it. In goes Sissoko. Peter Crouch again.
Yeah, well, they'll know that Crouch will win his fair share of them. But that's not the danger. The danger is defending the second ball. Crouch isn't going to score from anything like that. But what he will do is he'll win most of them. And West Ham will know it's the second ball that's the most important when it arrives at Crouch at this sort of level. Win that one there, as Anton Ferdinand did. That's the important ball for West Ham.
Risa, his mistake, and on goes Harewood, who's got bags of power. When he's in the mood, he's hard to handle.
Great ball. I mean, he is a real powerful runner with the ball, Marlon Harewood. Something that I guess we would have talked about. If anything, Carragher and Hyypiä do lack a little bit of genuine pace at the back. I'm sure he's been told if you get a chance, go at them. He certainly skipped past, it was Jamie Carragher quite easily.
2 words that come to mind: Liverpool defending a corner, zone marking. Yeah. West Ham have been trying to maybe pick holes in that policy. We'll see. Well, coming from deep was Fletcher. That may well have been part of the plan. There's Van Eriksson with Sir Trevor looking in front of him. Sir Trevor has plain Trevor, not the winner for West Ham 26 years ago at Wembley. A rare header. Rafa Benitez was just out there trying to make a point to his players. Maybe not quite happy with the tempo. It's not an easy pitch on which to pass the ball, to weight the level of the pass. Benny Yoon really emphasising his ball to Ashton, who played a lovely pass to Scaloni, and Carragher. It's an own goal by Jamie Carragher. It's 1-0 to West Ham United. The underdogs are in front.
Well, it's the best move of the match. We've waited 20 minutes for the first shot on target, and it comes from one of Liverpool's best players. Watch the weight of this ball from Ashton and the run from Scaloni. They marry up perfectly. You can see what he's trying to do. That corridor of uncertainty that we talk about. Try and fire it in there. But Reina doesn't take control. He should have been screaming that this was his. He didn't. Carragher felt, I've got to deal with it. He knows that Hare was behind him. He makes a real mess of it. It arrived at him awkwardly, I'll give him that. But Jamie will know that he maybe should have dealt with it better. And it's a dream start for West Ham.
Forrest against Tottenham.
Got to be a handball.
Hasn't been given.
Lines have seen it.
Yeah, he has. Kerry Richards. He's the one who was called in today.
I thought it was handball right away. I thought the right arm goes up and just helps it on there. Now how Alan Wiley doesn't see that is beyond me. He's looking straight at him.
Danny Gavidon is a very, very cool customer on a football pitch. Just occasionally, maybe erring on the side of being a bit too cool and giving the opposition a chance. He's not one to panic. I'm sure Rafa Benitez is also not one to panic. The manager from Spain is one down to the manager from Surrey, who produced about as many cup final managers as Spain have over the years. And here's Etherington. Got his shot away. Oh, it's fumbled. And it's Ashton. And it's 2-0. Can you believe this? To West Ham United.
Oh, this is extraordinary. The full match to Ashton. He wins a really crucial header from the cross. They've got sucked in again, Finnan. Got sucked in out to Ashton from this ball here. And he just helps it on to Etherington. But he doesn't hang about from there, as good players do. And if you want a goal, you get on your bike. He does just that. What's the word I use? A gamble. That something might happen. This is a dolly. This is easy. You just grab this if you're a goalkeeper. But this is an FA Cup final. And things don't always happen the way they should. Two extraordinary goals Liverpool have conceded. Extraordinary.
And the two players who were fitness doubts very much central to West Ham then. Matthew Etherington, who got his shot in, and Dean Ashton, who obeyed that absolute principle of strikers. Follow in, look for the rebounds. It might not happen 99 times out of 100, but this is the day it has happened, the biggest day. And Liverpool are 2 down. Kewell.
Well, I talked about Liverpool's midfield quartet at the beginning of the match, how important they are to them. You tell me how many times you've been saying anything good about any of them, the four of them. Gerrard started quite brightly, Stephen. He fizzed about a bit. This boy's not had a kick. Harry Kewell's certainly not had a kick.
He's come in from the left-hand side to try and get into the game.
You know, somebody along there, or the four of them in particular, have got to get involved in the shake of this game and change it for Liverpool.
Well, you talked about Cisse quite rightly, Andy, that he came from the left at Upton Park for much of the game. Gerrard takes it quickly, the flag's up, no goal for Peter Crouch, no goal.
It's close. I wonder, I don't think he's off, just as he plays it. It's a lovely finish. Very close. Flag went up right away.
And it's the stand-in assistant, Kerry Richards.
Well, on such things, the cup finals won and lost, aren't they?
He got the call at 10-9 this morning. Can you imagine? You're at home. Says, come on, come and officiate at Cardiff. It's Welshman. It's 50 miles away. It was obviously a pragmatic choice. He's a very good official, experienced one too. And he flagged there to deny Liverpool 1 goal back.
That would have been a wonderful time to strike back for Liverpool. They need a shot in the arm. They need something.
Gerrard, who might have provided it for Cisse. That does count.
Well, it might have taken 20 minutes, but this cup final has just come alive. What do you say about Gerrard? Not played that well, not been involved, and then suddenly he's produced 2 brilliant balls. One wasn't given, this one was. And it's a super ball, can't allow him to get his head up. It's a great run from Cisse, and that finish is not easy. He's almost slipping, he's almost losing his balance, but he manages to get enough control of the ball, and he strikes it beautifully. That is a real top drop finish. We got game on here.
And he's come from the left-hand side. He's run in behind Scaloni. Harry Kewell has lined up with the kickoff in the middle again. Here he is. Liverpool just juggling it around to try and change it around. And they've already got a reward for that. Etherington. Ashton. Going round Risa. Going for goal.
Oh, good effort. Really good effort. Well, the two front men have threatened. Every time they've run it at Liverpool's back four, they've looked like they might do something. It's really, really not good defending from John Risa. He's beaten too easily. That was a fabulous effort. West Ham have to get to half-time like this, or better. For Liverpool to get an equaliser before then, you just wonder how they would go and how they would have to pick themselves up again.
Well, they were in dreamland, now it's more frownland. But what they have shown, even since conceding to Cisse, that they are capable of manufacturing meaningful attacks and chances. But Crouch has got the better of Konchesky. Well read by Gabidon. Alonso, Cisse.
There's Brun Scaloni again. He's so quick, and he knows what he's doing. Whatever you think about Cisse, I've always believed he's a threat. I know he frustrates people, but he's just done a little movement there. Lost Scaloni.
I think it's fair to say, Andy, you have spoken up for him more than most. Finnan. One for Crouch to go for. Ferdinand got in front, but at the cost of the corner.
Well, I could take a quick one here if Kewell's got his wits about him. We've really gone to sleep.
Gerrard was on the same wavelength. Shaka Hislop just parries it away and did it pretty well in the end. He was rather exposed.
With multi-ball around the ground as it is, you cannot turn away from anything. You shut off like that, you get punished.
Headed on by Sissoko. Crouch wasn't appealing, to be fair to him. One or two shouts from the other end of the ground where Liverpool fans are congregated. Cisse. Hopia. Would come up for the corner. In goes Kewell. Might reach Gerrard. But, captain to captain, Rio Coca came out on top.
Yet again, there was a threat there from Cisse.
But this is a spellbinding contest. Here's Risa having to react to some positional necessity. That's why Ashton had just pulled out, calling for the diagonal. Benayoun.
A bit weak, a shot in the end. Again, it was good play. Stretched Liverpool.
How did Steven Gerrard do that? Maybe the tide really is starting to turn. Audacious piece of control. And it's great for the fans. It's non-stop action, and it certainly has been that. As Alan Pardew prepares a point or two to be made in the south dressing room. Right, allow them to build a stronger bridgehead in the midfield department.
Yeah, but you take one of your main strikers out of the frame then, don't you?
Jamie Carragher's own goal really lit the spark here, and how. Dean Ashton was in to pounce on an error from Pepe Reina, but Djibril Cisse hit back, and Peter Crouch has had a goal disallowed. West Ham lead 2-1. Kewell apparently limped down the tunnel a little bit, and he kicked off very nervously.
Yeah, he did. And I noticed that Fernando Morientes had a pretty vigorous half-time session out in the pitch. It looked like they were getting him warm. It certainly wasn't a warm-up that suggested he wouldn't be coming on. So they obviously got a problem with Kuhl. And both Kromkamp and Morientes are doing quite extensive warm-ups.
Ashton. Etherington for Harewood. And it comes out to Benayoun. Still Benayoun.
Well, he just might have had the cup final on his right foot, Marlon Harewood there. Beautiful break, yet again Ashton, the architect of it. But every time West Ham have got at Liverpool's back four, they've looked threatening.
Well, you have to feel for Harry Kuhl. It does look as though injury is struck again.
No, he's
major final.
Yeah, Morientes has been called back, and he's running back very quickly.
Harry Kuhl is not running at all, let alone very quickly.
No, he's gone.
Here's Sissoko, caught by Ashton, fouled by Ashton. Pepe Reina, who obviously hold up a gloved hand about the Ashton goal, made a couple of important interventions, a double save from Harewood and then Benayoun. Advantage played here by Alan Wiley, and Cisse can measure a ball for Alonso, and it came off Ferdinand, and it's a corner.
That was a lovely block. And it needed to be. Oh, what a start at both ends. Harewood might have made it 3. Liverpool might well have equalised. But we just can't see Kuhl lasting much longer. Morientes is almost ready.
Gerrard takes over Sissoko, and Carragher coming in behind him. It's a groin problem, we understand, for Kuhl.
Well, they're no good. I think once your groin goes, but this is a smooth. That's the ball, super ball, and that one equally as good. And I'll tell you, it's not easy when you get that close to the goalkeeper. And twice Reina got close enough to first Harewood and Benayoun. Alan Pardew just knows what a big moment in the game that just might have been.
Coming off the field, number 7.
Harry Kuhl goes off, and of course the World Cup not that far away. What this might mean for the Socceroos of Australia. It's Fernando Morientes, who's still in the plans of Spain for the World Cup finals, is the replacement. A little bit more deliberate at the moment, which is the way the first half started in truth, and then suddenly a goal revved everything up. Rio Coca, who's got a strong sense of what's right and is wrong, feels that Risa made a meal of this.
Well, he didn't in actual fact. He's gone in with the wrong foot. It's an awkward challenge.
Gerrard. Alonso. Morientes and Crouch going for the same ball. It's Steven Gerrard! He's flashed in the equaliser, and Liverpool have bounced back from 2-0 down to 2-2.
And he has his goal. He has his very special memory. He's completed this set in major cup finals, but it's second ball. We talked about it first half. It's not that one West Ham have to concern themselves with. It's the one that follows that. And when he lays that ball off, much like Ashton, he isn't tracked Steven Gerrard. They get attracted to the ball, West Ham players, and you cannot give this player with this quality that type of opportunity, because he will bury it, and bury it he does. Well, maybe Istanbul revisited after all.
Well, Gerrard, who has scored in the UEFA Cup final, the League Cup final, the Champions League final, and here, in truly spectacular style, the FA Cup final. And Scaloni does cover well this time, but the header only falls for Crouch, and he has a go as well.
Well, not as effective with his left foot as he was with the head earlier.
Ashton. He's been so easy to find, so good as his movement been. And, just finding it a little hard now, and having not been able to train for the best part of 2 weeks, and he's cautioned for his reaction, having lost the ball, and the free kick he subsequently gave away.
Well, it's been quite an easy game for Alan Wiley, really, to referee. Players have got on with it, tried to play it in the right way.
Out into the sunshine go Liverpool. Gerrard and Ferdinand have both the flight of the ball and the presence of Crouch to deal with. And this control by Carragher.
That might be a booking. He's booked Ashton a minute ago, then you feel it's a certain booking. I know what Jamie Carragher says, but first tackle, it probably is, but with Ashton being booked earlier, I thought that was inevitable.
And also it was one of those, well, let's take the foul, and if you get a booking, so be it, because West Ham might have been on their way then. Etherington. Fletcher. Benny, who's very much the Alan Devonshire of this team in looks and in style of play, if you remember the West Ham Cup winners of 1980. Konchesky. Oh, it's a goal! For Paul Konchesky, the West Ham fanatic, who this year has become a West Ham player and now a West Ham goal scorer. Alan Pardew can hardly believe his luck, but it's Liverpool 2, West Ham United 3.
Well, they've scored 3 incredible goals, haven't they? 3 goals that you're never likely to see in a cup final again. An own goal, a howler by the goalkeeper. And make no mistake about it, that's a cross. He's wrapping his foot round this, and he's trying to bend it over the back post towards the 2 strikers coming in on it. And that's a cross, end of story. What did we say about luck playing a part in the cup final? Goodness me, West Ham have had this year. You can't believe that. Yes, you can.
There is a sense of destiny, of course, within the West Ham ranks. They've lost this year. There are only 2 previous winning managers in the FA Cup, Ron Greenwood and John Lyall. Today they've lost a 2-0 lead, and then suddenly, with one swing of Paul Konchesky's left boot, they're in front again. Hamann, of course, played a massive part in Liverpool turning around the Champions League final. There's another one who's not always in the forefront of Rafa Benitez's thinking, but still seems to be a very capable character, shaping the destiny of football matches at this level. And here's Gerrard. Morientes, it ran for him. Put on with a block clearance that falls to Konchesky.
Well, I wonder if Alan Pardew's just decided as well. He's trying to bring that down in his chest there, made a mess of it. That was typical of him as a player, actually. Some things never change. No, we could never have woken up this morning. Konchesky thought he might potentially score the winning goal in the cup final. No way. He might have dreamt winning it.
Marisa. Here's Hamann trying to play their way through a pretty congested West Ham defence. Hamann, Risa, his sort of range.
Pressure's mounting, isn't it? Wasn't quite set for it. Might have well been better shipping it left to Cisse.
Peter Grant is Alan Pardew's right-hand man, and they've opted for experience here. Carl Fletcher has put in a pretty good shift, I must say.
Yeah, he has.
And the versatile Christian Daly. They're a young side by and large, West Ham United. They're getting an extra dose of experience now with this change.
Well, he knows what's required, Christian Daly. Just a few words from the manager passed on.
Liverpool with tireder legs, if only because of the psychology. They've been behind for good portions of this game. Cisse. Morientes.
Difficult header. She'll weaker side. Well out past the penalty spot, or level with it. Not a great deal of pace on the ball. He's having the one trying to exert it. Wasn't easy. Well, not bad for the cup final. And West Ham's accuracy's been better.
Yeah, well, that's Paul Konchesky going down as a goal attempt.
Yeah, yeah.
Which we all know it wasn't. Although he may
No,
tell us
even
afterwards.
he can't. No, no. Ronaldinho, maybe. And even then we might doubt that.
And Kromkamp catch this, unlikely.
Well, it's a corner. It's a corner. Got to flick off somebody just as it left Risa's foot, because no one touched it after it bounced. Alan Wiley must have seen it.
And Liverpool need to do something with it. Again, Gerrard takes it. Morientes. Again, we know how good he is in the air. We know what a fine player he's been for Real Madrid and for Spain. Wonderful goal-scoring record. It hasn't quite happened at the big moment for Liverpool.
That's a little cameo, isn't it, of what's happened. He gets there, but can't complete the header.
And here comes Teddy Sheringham, who now makes himself the third oldest player to participate in an FA Cup final. 40 years and 41 days. Yeah.
But that's what we've seen from him, and that's why he so frustrates. A real threat in the first half, Djibril Cisse, every time he looked to go at Scaloni or run past him, and nothing in the second half, except a nice pair of boots.
Well, Scaloni and Harman are trying to work out what the right thing to do is here. Cisse has to go off. And Scaloni wanted to see that go for a goal kick, but
Jimmy Carragher wasn't allowing it to go for a goal kick now.
So Liverpool have got possession.
As indicated, there will be a minimum of 4 minutes.
4 added minutes. And Gerrard! Stunning! When you need someone to stand up and be counted, to pull an absolute rabbit from a hat, Steven Gerrard has done just that. We know the name, son.
Well, take a bow, son. I mean that, take a bow. You have been immense. If anyone ever doubted your value to your side, you have just blown it away with the most incredible equaliser that we've seen in a cup final. We're on the brink of stoppage time. You're fighting against everything, and you pop up with this. Absolutely top draw. Magnificent. Quality, class, everything you want that's good about football. Here you've got it, son. You've definitely got it. Unbelievable stuff.
Well, it's level somehow.
Ladies and gentlemen, at the end of full time.
6 amazing goals, really.
40 minutes, it is
West Ham's for the strange nature, and Liverpool's for their glorious nature. Nothing more so than this. Pulled it back to 3-3, and extra time to come. Come on, says Bobby Zamora. He's another a boyhood West Ham fan who hadn't been privileged to be playing today, would probably be in the ground as a supporter. Paul Konchesky went to that semi-final when Tony Gale was sent off, I think in 1991. He was a 10-year-old. All the history and tradition of this great competition packed into the events. here at the Millennium Stadium.
Yeah, good luck, boys, that's all I can say. And what did West Ham do in that little bit of breather? Of course, they know they brought Teddy on and played him in midfield in that 5. They surely got to play him further up the pitch.
And Carragher, Zamora was trying to dart in behind him, had the ball.
You know, looks like Teddy is going to play his usual role. I think that makes sense. They have to try and get the goal. So they'll go to a 4 here. Would be on the right, Benayoun on the left.
Possession from Liverpool, working to turn that into something a little bit more penetrating. The referee is going to give the corner. There's no one charging across to take it, and you can understand that.
Well, certainly he'll let Steven Gerrard take as long as he wants.
Away by Sheringham. They were all back for West Ham. Oh, Risa!
Oh, how close is that? How close is that? And he knows it. Oh. Well, they've scored 3 great goals, Liverpool, and it wouldn't surprise you. This ended up a winner. Magnificent strike. Lovely technique.
Another roller coaster ride of a game. Morientes. Konchesky had to play it with Camp behind him. The Liverpool fans turn up the volume again. Too many corners considering the number of goals that we've had. Finnan. It's Cisse. It was a tired touch.
It was. I don't know why he should be that tired, to be fair. It's not as if he's bust a gut second half. Again, it's another chance for Morientes. Half a chance, really.
Finnan. Harman. Down by Daly. Probably didn't need to quite make the contact. Gerrard felt it, used it.
Yeah. That's what happens these days. He knows he's on the edge of the penalty area, gets his body there, you can see that. And as soon as the contact's made, inevitably you get the free kick.
Well, I guess the highlight of this first period of extra time has been the Risa drive, so if he gets the nod here, but he's not going to.
No.
Not when you're on a hat-trick, maybe. And you are the captain.
I wonder if he just might stand this one up.
He does. Herpia, the defending by Anton Ferdinand. Herpia's got it again. That's a very clever turn. And Herpia! Well, on this day of many, many unusual experiences, that would have topped the lot.
Well, I was always thinking of an old teammate of mine at Villa called Chris Nicholl as a centre-back who did something like this, but it was up near the halfway line. In a cup final replay at Old Trafford, then hammered it in the far corner. And just for a second, you thought it was going there. They don't really do very well defensively. Again, it's tired defending all round. And just gets a little bit of bend on it, just a little. Take it wide. And normally it's a straight swap round here, isn't it? Extra time, it should be. But players tend to take advantage, and there's not an awful lot a referee can do about it, is there?
No, and I think it's right for the referee to show some sympathy. They know the laws say change round, but this has been physically draining and also emotionally draining as well. The nature of the contest, everything that's so good about the wonderful game, the world game, the global event. And we still don't know whether it will be Liverpool or West Ham United holding up the FA Cup. What we do know is it will be happening, what, in around 20 minutes time. A strapping for Cisse.
Where?
It's not sponsored though, I can tell you that. That is a strapping. Phil Dowd, the fourth official, saying Jibril, there's a game going on here. Even Alan Wiley, I think, just needs a moment or two to compose himself. Second period of extra time, 3-3 as we were after the 90 minutes. Penalties were at the right-hand end last year. They probably are this year. It has been a toss of the coin beforehand. It's the West Ham end, of course. Here is Morientes from camp. It's across Hislop, but it's across the far post.
Drag it a little. You just get the feeling you're in sudden death, don't you? By that, I mean, a goal now for either side would, well, you think would surely be enough. But in this extraordinary game, maybe I'm wrong in saying that. And then, of course, there's the penalty shootout should we not get the goal. So
Sheringham, Benayoun. Here's Zamora. Here's that corner this time, conceded by Carragher. It's a roar that could be heard back in the East End.
you'd have got brilliant odds, wouldn't you? This scoreline.
Rayner, free kick. Well, to clear the area. I'm informed Anton Ferdinand went up for the corner. He's scored 2 goals this season.
Yeah,
Rio scored 3, but Rio tells me quite categorically only league goals count.
Do you honestly think Anton would be worried about that trophy he picked up on Soccer AM this morning? I watched it. That must be one of the weirdest trophies that Rio's ever in his life. Nice speech, though.
Zamora with a hand-off. Still Bobby Zamora. Oh, and he's tripped by Herpia.
I'll tell you what, you know, if he just, I know it's easy, if he just chooses the right option here. It was almost as if Bobby Zamora made his mind up, I'm going alone here. Because Scaloni, just to his right, and Benayoun are in wonderful positions. Because look at Risa, he's in field, tucked way in.
That's the point that Benayoun is making. If he takes it, it hits the wall. Daly nods it back in. Gerrard away. Harman, Liverpool can break if they've got the legs to do so. Franceschi, pressed by Sissoko, who's won that battle, and he can pick out Morientes.
Brilliant. Ferdinand, brilliant. Oh, that's what you call sensing danger and going snuffing it out. There was a real chance.
One last effort, maybe. By Harman.
Well, that's one player who is full of running.
Bobby Zamora, yellow card for the German.
Again, isn't it? One good ball.
And again, it's remember what we did in the week because of the zonal marking.
And it's not easy to remember what you did.
Well, you've changed the team so much as well. Is there somebody who can get in the right place for Alan Pardew's planning to be turned into an FA Cup final winner? Close. Oh, and it's Howard of all people.
What a save.
One leg.
What a save. Oh, that's got goal written all over it. And Rayner just pulls one out here from absolutely nowhere. Brilliant shot onto the post. Oh, even with your bad leg, mate, you've got a chance of making history. Oh, he thinks he's done it, the captain of all people. He thinks he scores.
Rio Coca's goal, but for the fingertips of Pepe Reina, who's had an erratic game, but right at the last has reached the ball, perhaps he had no right to reach.
What a save. There we go, mate.
It's penalties, as it was a year ago after a turgid affair between Manchester United and Arsenal. It's been anything but today. It's been the glorious game, the beautiful game, but it will be decided, the FA Cup final 2006, from the penalty spot. We've reached 120 minutes at Liverpool 3, West Ham United 3. Didi Hamann has done this before, but he missed in the League Cup final shootout against Birmingham City in this stadium. Hamann wanders up, but it's the right result for Liverpool, and they are in front for the first time today.
Well, if a penalty is going to be saved, it won't be if you put them in this area that Didi Hamann is. Goalkeepers can't get up there. You notice they go along when they're diving, they can't get up. And the ball's put in the left or right top quarter of the goal. Well, he's fresh, he's been keen, he's been active, Zamora. Can he do it?
Oh, Reyna's reached it!
Well, I tell you, Shaka Hislop's already asking the linesman, did he not come off his line? We'll soon find out. That's the only issue here. Well, we won't see it from that angle. It takes half a step, doesn't he? It's in the corner. He's well off when he saves it, but he gets it.
Sami Hyypiä is the next on duty. His goals, usually from headers, the tower of power. And he comes, power it past Shaka Hislop, who makes his save.
Well, two who you wouldn't expect, I guess, to step up initially, would you? All the front men and midfield players you got, the goal scorers, and we get Hamann and then Hyypiä. But now we've got a proper player who's used to this sort of pressure, who's been here, who takes penalties.
Well, he went to the goalkeeper's right on Sunday in the Premiership, and he goes the other way this time. And Sheringham, at 40 years old, knocks in his penalty in the shootout. Come on, he says to the Hammers fans. It's 1-1.
You know, stick with you, Teddy. That's his favourite side when he's under pressure. And again, once you get it up in there, well, you'd think it's just a nap. Chalk his name up. He's had such a great day. The skipper must score. That's what you think.
He's struck two beauties in the match. And he strikes a beauty here. It won't go down as a hat-trick in the record books, but it's 3 goals in the context of deciding this game for Steven Gerrard.
Emphatic, as you would expect. So does that mean that Sheringham doesn't become the oldest player to score now?
I don't know. Probably not.
Well, good luck, son.
Paul Konchesky. Oh, and the goalkeeper left his legs there. And it goes Liverpool's way again as Reyna makes a second save. He's going to out Dudek.
Well, he chose the wrong way. Well, he got his legs there, and it wasn't a great penalty from Paul Konchesky. But he doesn't need me to tell him that, and I'm not going to be too critical.
In the Champions League final, Reese's penalty was saved in the shootout, so he might be a bit apprehensive.
He might just hammer this, Martin. That's what he might just do.
He's certainly capable of doing that. He does. Liverpool so close now. And it's Anton Ferdinand who has to score.
Straight down the middle with power. Whereas Reyna got lucky, stuck his leg up and got it. Shaka Hislop didn't.
Alan Wiley warning the goalkeeper again.
This is it, isn't it? 2 misses.
It is, absolutely. Can Rayner make it a hat-trick? He does! England's most decorated club has another trophy. They've had to score 3 goals in adversity and then see their goalkeeper make 3 saves in the shootout. That's how they've done it. That's how they've won it. It's Liverpool's FA Cup for a 7th time, and it's heartbreaking for the Hammers.
Well, we've gotten there. It's taken a while. But yet again, a Liverpool goalkeeper, when he's asked to, comes up with the big answers in a massive football match. Jersey Dudek it was, the two of them together there in the summer, last summer. And today it's this man, from Poland to Spain, but the result's the same. It's a Liverpool win.
That's how they do it. 3-3 draws. And a great piece of goalkeeping. He had a rocky game in truth, but he's the hero. Pepe Reina. Benitez said he was the best goalkeeper in Spain when he signed him. West Ham United, who were so gallant in their attempt to overturn the odds today, 2-0 up, 3-2 up. They were so close to taking the FA Cup back to London to obviously delight their supporters, but to also, Andy, to honour the memory of Ron Greenwood and John Lyall, 2 true football men that we've lost this year.
Yeah, they were very focused. First for themselves, as you said, and then obviously we would like to remember both those men by winning the FA Cup. They've given it everything. Make no mistake, they have left nothing out there on the pitch. Absolutely nothing. They can be proud, but that will mean nothing to them.
Prince William, I'm sure, has got some words of consolation. He knows a thing or two about claret and blue because, as we've mentioned a couple of times, a supporter of Aston Villa. Love to be up on that podium one day, handing some winners' medals out to Villa, I'm sure. But they go today to Liverpool. 3-1 down in the 3rd round at Luton. Here they are going up for the cup itself after being 2 behind and 3-2 behind in injury time. They're weary players.
Yeah, you can't ignore the spirit. You can't deny they have it.
And remember, Andy, they have beaten Manchester United on the way, and the first time in the FA Cup for 85 years. So they've also beaten Jose Mourinho's Chelsea. That was in the semi-final. That's the first time they've had a run over Chelsea, a win over Chelsea in a domestic competition. So they've had to work very hard. And this is the ultimate accolade in the FA Cup. Casualties along the way. Cisse has made it. Robbie Fowler not eligible, but Steven Gerrard is. Liverpool to the core. The man of the match, the captain, 2 goals, a penalty successful in the shootout.
And ladies and gentlemen,
for a worldwide audience, a Liverpool local hero lifts the FA Cup for Liverpool.
Truly one of the great FA Cup finals. Congratulations to Liverpool, but of course we'll all be hoping that Harry Kewell's injury